Hello there, everybody, and happy Monday to you. It's time once again for Strat-O-Matic baseball. Second game of the doubleheader, Cardinals at Mets. Mets won the opener in a dramatic fashion, walking it off in the bottom of the ninth for a 5-4 win. They're going to send Jack Hamilton to the mound today. He's been one of their best pitchers. Hamilton has made 12 starts. This will be his last start. And then he's going to start working on racking up those 13 saves he accumulated in real life. His record, 3-5, 3.11 ERA, second on the team to Dennis Rybant. In his 12 starts, he's completed 2 of them. He's also worked 3 games out of the pen and 84 innings in total. The Cardinals will counter with righty Ray Washburn, tongue-tied, 2-5 in 7 starts, 2 of them complete games, but ERA a bit high at 5.51, 47 innings of work. Let's check in on the chat now. We see Frank's here. Cardinals won his doubleheader both games. We'll see if the Mets can pull an El Reverso on that, huh, Kathy Harden? Eric Bailey here had a fantasy football draft. Drafts are always fun, Eric. I don't care what sport it is. Well, thank you for the kind words. And hello to Cosmo, Larry, or Mr. Kramer, as he's sometimes known. And welcome into Colin, and hello to Blaine. Good crowd on hand today. Okay, we've been over the starting pitchers. Let's see what else we've got. Mets have won 3 games in a row. 20-31 now. The Cardinals dropped 2 games under 500. 26-28. And greetings to Bill Ivemy. Mike's here. Hello, Mike. Let's go over the Cardinals lineup. It'll be Lou Brock leading off in left field. Brock had 2 stolen bases in the first game. He was thrown out once. Phil Gagliano is at third. Kurt Flood in center field. Tito Francona back in the cleanup spot at first base. Tim McCarver, the catcher, will bat fifth. Mike Shannon in right field. Julian Javier gets the start at second base. Dal Maxville, the shortstop, and Washburn, the pitcher, a right-handed hitter with N power, hits ninth. For McCarver, he's going to Iron Man it, as I like to say, and catch both games of the doubleheader. Not so for the Mets. They're going to have John Stevenson behind the plate in the nightcap. Colin, wait, what did I miss? Oh, that sounds like a wonderful day, Larry. Where are you again? I love it, Colin. Hello, Bob. Hello, Mike. Hello, Unmitigated. Colin writes, I say we let Mookie play the Mets so he can eat up some cards. Oh, Portland, Maine. Yeah, that's got to be gorgeous up there. I'd love to go there in the fall sometime. And Eric Bailey rolling a game right now with his new dice tower. Oh, isn't it great to have a dice tower? I just pulled out my Rode dice tower, taking a look at it. No plans yet, but kicking some ideas around. Here's the umpires for today's game. Augie Donatelli behind the plate, Stan Landis at first, Mel Steiner at second, Al Barlick down at third. Again, 19,535. Came out to Shea Stadium for this Monday doubleheader. And Lou Brock will start it off as the umpire says play ball, and here we go. Brock at 269, 6 home runs, 25 RBIs. The pitch from Hamilton is a 2-7 right-handed. He lifts it into center field, playable for Johnny Lewis, who puts it away, 1 down. Another hot one here in Spokane, 97 sunny. Here's Gagliano, 250, no home runs, 10 RBIs. Just 76 at-bats for Phil so far in this season. Hamilton into the windup. 6'5", right-handed, grounder to shortstop, fielded by Eddie Brasou. Fires across to Crane Pool, 2 down. That'll bring up Kurt Flood. Flood at 281 now, 4 homers, 19 RBIs. The pitch from Hamilton is a 2-4 righty. He lifts it the other way to right field. Luplow drifting over and makes the catch to retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Cardinals. And after half an inning, St. Louis nothing, New York coming to bat against Ray Washburn. And here's the Mets lineup that will be facing him. Johnny Lewis in center field starts it off. Ron Hunt at second base. Al Luplow in right field. Ken Boyer in the cleanup spot at third base. Boyer, the player of the game in the opening game of the doubleheader. Ed Kranepool plays first base. John Stevenson will do the catching. Ron Swoboda is in left. Eddie Brasou at short. And Jack Hamilton, the pitcher. Excellent, Cosmo. Bring some of that in here. There's Johnny Lewis to lead things off. Lewis hitting just 137. He's last on the Mets in batting. 13 for 95, 1 home run, 7 RBIs. Washburn gets the sign. Here's the pitch. It's a 2-9 right-handed. Cold, strike 3. So Lewis, rung up by home plate umpire Donatelli. And here's Ron Hunt. Hunt at 276, no homers, 9 RBIs. And welcome into Ben Witz. It's an oven in California, up in Yosemite territory, right? Washburn's pitch, 3-7 right-handed. He flies it to straightaway left. Brock barely has to move and makes the catch for out number 2. Here's Luplow, Al Luplow, 218, 2 homers, 9 RBIs. Washburn's pitch on a 5-8 left-handed. That's going to be a grounder to first, single to 2, and it's fielded by Francona. He goes to Washburn covering, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Washburn. No score after an inning. Just getting underway here. Pull up a chair and hang out with me for 70 or 90 minutes or so. Yeah, we're supposed to get some rain here pretty soon. At least it's in the forecast. Very light, smoky haze in the sky this morning, so the rain will come just in time, hopefully. Tito Francona will lead off the second. Francona had a big game too, had a home run in the opener. On the season now, 212, 2 homers, 5 RBIs. Left-handed hitter. Hamilton with the windup and the pitch. That's going to be a 5-10 left-handed. Grounder to shortstop X. Tough chance for Brasou. A 432. He's into the hole. Here's the play on a 3. He's not going to get it. It's into left field for a single. First hit of the ball game, a leadoff single by Tito Francona. Here's Tim McCarver now. McCarver, the leading hitter on the ball club at .331. 3 home runs, 25 RBIs. Also 7 triples. Hamilton out of the stretch. .310 righty. He pops him up on the left side. Brassu will take it, and there's one down. Excuse me, that'll bring up Mike Shannon. Shannon at .255, 4 home runs, a dozen RBIs. Hamilton out of the stretch. On a 6'9 right-handed, grounder down to third base, single on a 1. Fielded by Boyer, he goes down to Hunt for the force, and that's all they'll get. Francona erased on the play. Shannon at first, a star 15 stealer. Let's check the Mets battery now. We find Hamilton with a poor hold, +3, and Stevenson a +1 arm. So 19 held at 17. And Shannon's going to roll for the lead, 2 through 5 or a 12. He's got it. 17, there he goes. Stevenson's throw down. He's just in there. Stolen base, Shannon. For Mike Shannon, that's his first stolen base of the season. Can you believe that? It's his first attempt. He's a star 15. And that strikes me as odd. Anyway, he's at second with 2 down. Here's the next pitch to Julian Javier. 210 right-handed. He pops it up. Brassu waving his arms. He'll take it. And that'll do it. No runs, a hit, 1 left for St. Louis. And welcoming in Perry to the chat. How's everybody doing on a Monday? Getting the week kicked off here. I always look at Sunday as kind of a warm-up game for me after a day off. Oh my, Bill. That's fascinating. I did not know that. Facts about Augie Donatelli, the umpire. He spent 15 months in a German prisoner of war camp during World War II. Plane was shot down during a bombing mission. Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Yep, there he is. Ken Boyer will start off the bottom of the second. Boyer now at .237 with a team leading 7 home runs and 31 RBIs. Homered in the first game. Washburn, the windup and the pitch. That's going to be a 2-8 fly ball to straightaway left field. Handled by Brock for the out. That'll bring up Ed Kranepool, the left-handed hitting first baseman, hitting just .215. His 5 home runs and 24 RBIs, however, second on the ball club. This is a good indication of how much the Mets have struggled. They come into the game with 167 runs scored on the season compared to 222 for St. Louis. Washburn pitch to Kranepool is a 3-8 righty. Single to 5, liner towards second base, and a leaping catch by Javier. He's got it. Line drive to second, 2 down. And here's the catcher, John Stevenson. Stevenson hitting just 200, 13 for 65, 1 home run, 4 RBIs. The pitch from Washburn is a 1-8 righty. Struck him out. 1-2-3 go the Mets in the second. Both pitchers looking sharp. Excuse me. In the early going. Yeah, when I was a kid, a friend of mine and I used to call them sometimes, we'd refer to Three Dog Night as 4 Cat Day. In fact, Bart, living in Calgary, Canada now, sent me a message just that the other day. He said, "Joy to the world by 4-Cat Day." That was a trip down amnesia lane. Not to be confused with 5 Raccoon Afternoon. Hamilton ready to work the third. Dell Maxville will start it off. Maxville, 23 for 67, still hitting .343. He's worked his way into the lineup as the regular shortstop now. Hamilton into the windup. Whoop, it's a leaner as Maxville fouls it back. That's going to be a re-roll. And here's the next pitch. 1-7 righty, flies it to straightaway left. Swoboda is right there to make the play. And there's one away. Here's Washburn now, a right-handed hitter, 6 with end power. The pitch on a 2-9, single to 6, liner towards third. That's going to be caught by Boyer. The 2 down quickly, and here's the leadoff man, Lou Brock. Hamilton gets the sign. That's a 6-4 left-handed. A grounder to third base X. Tough chance for Boyer. 226. Here's the play on a 4. It's a diving stop by Boyer at the line. To his feet. Strong throw across. Just in time to nip the speedy Brock. What a play by Boyer. That's going to be a web jam. And the side is retired. That was a hell of a play, made even more impressive by the fact that it was Brock running down the line. And we're scoreless, headed to the bottom of the third. Yeah, they were on top of the world there for a short period of time and kind of vanished as quickly as they came. Excuse me, I'm gonna have to take a short break and get a Kleenex. Okay, that's better. It's kind of hard to call a game with a plugged up nose. Bottom third of the order for New York. Ron Swoboda will start things off. Swoboda just 174 on the year, 1 homer, 13 RBIs. Washburn into the windup. 3-8 righty, grounder to shortstop, fielded by Maxville, who throws him out, 1 down. That's true, Bill. Yeah, they did not. I can say this with certainty, though. Floyd Sneed was a damn good drummer. The late, great Hoyt Axton, absolutely. He wrote another one of theirs, too, besides Joy to the World. Here's Eddie Brassu now, 237 on the year, 2 homers, 8 RBIs. The pitch from Ray Washburn's a 2-5 righty, single to 18, liner towards short, and leaped up and caught by Maxville. He robs a base hit from Brassu. That's two good plays by Dal Maxville. And what a difference he's made since taking over the shortstop position from Jerry Buchek. Here's Hamilton now, a right-handed batter. 6'5" righty, grounder to short X. Maxville again, 228. Here's the play on an 8. It's the E range. It's a 3 on a 28. This spells trouble. That's going to be an error on Maxville. Doesn't it figure? As soon as I start singing his praises, he makes an error. That's one of my favorites, actually, Bill, Out in the Country. Let's see, Laura Nero, I think, was Eli's Coming. I'm pretty sure Hoyt Axton wrote another one of their hits. I just can't put my finger on it. I actually have Out in the Country on my road trip playlist on my iPod. Yes, I still use an iPod. I refuse to stream. Right, man? Exactly. Here's Johnny Lewis, struck out in the first. Washburn out of the stretch now, 110 right-handed. It's a high fly ball to deep right field, backing up is Shannon. At the track, at the wall, it's off the wall for extra bases. Hamilton could try to score. He's a 10-12. Shannon a minus 210. They're going to hold the pitcher up at third base. And with 2 runners in scoring position and 2 away, it'll be up to Ron Hunt. Mr. Hit by Pitch steps into the right-handed box. I have a CD player in my car, Ben. How about that? Yeah, it came that way. I didn't ask for anything special. I bought the car used. Washburn taking his time now, checks the runners. Here's the pitch to Hunt. 5-6 right-handed. Fly to center. That's going to be routine for Kurt Flood, who drifts over and puts it away. So the Mets strand 2. No runs to hit, 2 left. There was an error. And we are scoreless after 3 innings of play. What I really like to do with the iPod is have my road trip playlist on there and then put it on the shuffle mode. That way I don't know what's coming up next. Kind of like having your own radio station. What music genre? Well, shoot, I'm all over the place, Cosmo. And of course, it's changed a lot over the years. There's the old classic rock, of course, but in my older years, I find myself listening to a lot more progressive rock, jazz, and fusion. Basically anything where good musicians are playing their instruments well. I don't care what genre it is. Yeah, then most of the new cars don't. A friend of mine, my good friend Eric in SoCal, in fact, he bought a car, and he had to have it special ordered with a CD player. But he did get one. I'm trying to unplug myself here. The rental car I had in Morro Bay didn't even have a place to plug an iPod in, but it did have the Bluetooth or the phone, whatever. That's what Eric has, a Ford Focus. Wow, that's a coincidence. Well, send me an email, Cosmo. I'm always interested in that kind of stuff. Fourth inning, Phil Gagliano to start it off. One hit on each side so far. Pitcher's duel as Hamilton goes into the windup. 1-8 righty, little comebacker to Hamilton. Throws it over to Crane Poole, one away. Here's Flood, flew to right his first time up. Hamilton's pitch is a 3-9 right-handed routine grounder to short. Basu scoops it up, throws to Crane Poole, 2 down. So Hamilton cruising right along here in what will be his final start of the 66 season. Francona will bat now with 2 away. His single in the second, the Cardinals' only hit in the game so far. Hamilton's pitch is a 1-9 righty. Struck him out. 1-2-3 go the Cardinals in the fourth. Oh yeah, we'd get along famously, I think, Cosmo. I've taken a lot of shit for my iPod, believe me. Okay, let's get Washburn on the mound. Now we'll move to the bottom of the fourth. Al Lupla will start it off. Ken Boyer to follow. Washburn with the windup and the pitch is a 5-7 lefty. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Washburn's also allowed only 1 hit so far. And the batter is Ken Boyer. I don't even know what that is, Cosmo. Yeah, like, you mean like shitify, huh, Ben? Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it. Washburn with the windup and the pitch, 2-6, grounder to short, fielded by Dal Maxville, who throws him out. Well, Maxville all over this box score so far, and with 2 down, here's Crane Poole. The pitch is a 6-7 left-handed grounder, second base X. That's Javier, a good second baseman, 215. To his left now on an 18, scoops it up, flips it over to Francona, and that will do it for the fourth inning. 4-3-X, 1-2-3 go the Mets, and we are scoreless after 4 in a fine pitcher's duel between Ray Washburn and Jack Hamilton. What was that mechanic ad from years ago? Pay me now or pay me later? I kind of like hear me now, believe me later. We're here to pump you up. Hear me now, believe me later. I used Pandora a bit when it first came out. That's when you could say, you know, play me music similar to Jethro Tull, for example. That's my favorite, by the way, Cosmo, since I was 19 years old. Here's McCarver 0 for 1. Hamilton gets the sign. Pitch to Tim is a 5-6 left-handed. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Second strikeout for Hamilton. Down goes McCarver. Here's Mike Shannon. Hamilton with the pitch. That's going to be a 5-9 righty. A grounder to short X. Tough chance for Eddie Brassu. A 4-32. Into the hole goes Eddie. Here's the play on a 9. It'll be the error range. It's a 4 on a 32. You can see this one coming a mile away. Brasseau throws, and his throw pulls Kranepool off the bag. That's going to be an error on the shortstop. So Shannon reaches on the error. First error for the Mets. And now with that +4 battery, Shannon held on at 17 with 1 out. He's going to roll for the lead. Many times, Larry. And yeah, I think it would be a hoot, Cosmo. You'll have to let me know when you're going again. Shannon 2 through 5 or 12 for the lead. That's a 9. He doesn't get it. And here's the next pitch to Javier. 2-8 righty. Grounder down to third. Boyer has it. Goes to Hunt for 1. To Kranepool, not in time. That'll be a 5-4 fourth. Shannon is erased. Javier now held at 16. So he's a 20, held 18. He's going to roll for the lead. 2 through 5 or 11. 10 just misses it. And Maxville will swing away with 2 down. 3-8 righty. Comebacker. Hamilton knocks it down, picks it up, and goes to first to retire the side. Nothing but goose eggs so far. We're halfway home in a scoreless contest. Thank you, Bob. The commercial was Fram oil filters in the 70s. Oh, Larry, I'll tell you what, I saw him in 75, 76, 77, 78. Then not again until 87, several times in the 90s and in the 2000s. Counting Ian Anderson solo, I've probably seen him 20 times. The last one, however, I found disappointing, so I haven't been since. Although I did see the Martin Bar Band here in Spokane. That was extremely impressive. Hey there, Al. Welcome in. Oh, Bandit already said it. There it is, Fram oil filters. Pay a little now or pay a lot later. Yeah, I've known some real groupies. They'd see them 20 times in one tour. I knew a deadhead once too. I mean, that's the extreme right there. Quite a pitcher's duel we have here today. The deadheads were the ones that would follow them all over the country, Ben. Usually bringing their taping equipment. Then they'd trade tapes. They were really into it. I saw them a couple times as the Dead, but that was, of course, after the death of Jerry Garcia. Still an impressive live show. It made me wish I'd have seen him when they had Jerry. I know, right? I never could figure that out. Where do you get the money to take all that time off from work? It was a very hippie community kind of a thing. Yeah, there you go, Larry. Of course, Bill could afford it. Back to the ball game. We go to the bottom of the fifth. John Stevenson will start it off for the Mets. John struck out his first time. Let's get Washburn on the hill. The windup and the pitch to Stevenson's a 5-8 left-handed. Grounder to first base, single to two. That's going to be fielded by Francona. He goes to Washburn, and there's one down. Al was at the last show with Jerry. 7/9/95. That's awesome. Ron Swoboda 0 for 1 stands in. Washburn gets his sign. And on a 3-8 right-hander, he rolls one to short. Maxville scoops it up, throws across to Francona, and 2 away. Here's Eddie Brassu 0 for 1. Washburn into the windup. 5-7 righty, swung on and missed, strike 3. That's strikeout number 4 for Ray Washburn. Another 1-2-3 inning. And both pitchers very impressive today. And both pitchers due to lead off the sixth. For Hamilton, his first endurance inning. And you know both of these pitchers are batting in the sixth. There's no way I can break up this pitching duel. However, I do need some more coffee. Oh yes, I do love these 60s pitchers duels. Hamilton ready to go to work. Washburn batting from the right side. 6-8 righty, and he walks him. Oh my goodness, the unforgivable sin of walking the opposing pitcher. And that's how we start off the sixth. And welcome in World's Worst Gamer. We got a pitching duel going on here. Here's Lou Brock. Hamilton working from the stretch on a 1-7 righty. Grounder to second base. Hunt has it, goes to Brassu for 1. On to Crane Pool. 4-6-3 double play. So Washburn is erased. Ray Washburn would probably rather go sit down and rest anyway than run the bases. And here's Phil Gagliano with 2 down. Hamilton's pitch on a 4-2. He lifts a high fly ball to straightaway left. Swoboda under it. And that's going to do it for the Cardinals in the sixth. Nothing but zeros. Washburn rated 7 for starter endurance. A chocolate martini. That doesn't even sound good. But I would try it. I'm open as far as cuisine goes. Never make fun of something you haven't tried. Here's Hamilton, right-handed hitter. The pitch from Washburn, it's going to be a 1-9, struck him out. That is 5 Ks now for Ray Washburn, and here's Johnny Lewis. Lewis, 1 for 2, has the only Mets hit of the ball game, a double in the third. Washburn comes in with a 6-9 left-hander. That's a high fly ball to deep right field. That's going to be over Shannon's head. Triple to 5, and look at that. There goes Lewis, rounding second, headed for third. The throw, he's in there with a triple. So Johnny Lewis, halfway to the cycle. Of course, the way these pitchers are going, I don't think he's going to get 5 at-bats. You never know. It's like a buzzed up chocolate milk. Yeah, say I'm willing to try it. I should say though that I don't really like sweet things. Cardinals will bring the infield in with one out. Ron Hunt at the plate. Washburn gets the sign, checks the runner. The pitch to Hunt on the 2-10. Grounder to third base A. The infield in saves a run. Runner holds, and it's up to Luplow. Here's the pitch to Luplow. 2-5, grounder down to first. Francona will take it himself, and the Mets strand Lewis at third base. And we are scoreless now through 6 innings. Holy cow, who's gonna blink? Another great game. Man, we've had a run of them. Oh, Perry, I saw that too late. And I missed the chance, too. That would have been a good chance for the squeeze. You're absolutely right. Damn right, Ben. Seventh inning, scoreless ball game. Heart of the order for St. Louis. Curt Flood will start it off. I might have, Ben, with an A. Well, he'd be a B held, though. Nah, I'd have probably let Hunt swing away anyway. On the other hand, with the scoreless game, runs at a premium, you could make a good case for it. Hamilton into the windup. The pitch to Flood is a 2-11 righty, and he bangs that one right up the middle and through into center field for a leadoff single. Just the second hit allowed by Hamilton. Held at 17, Tito Francona steps to the plate. And Flood's going to roll for the lead. 2 through 6 or 12. 6, he's got it. There he goes to 17. Stevenson's throw down, he's stolen it. Big stolen base there by Curt Flood. That's his 5th steal of the season. Percentage-wise, he's just 5 out of 10. Well, he hasn't been that successful, but he got that one at a crucial time. And here's next pitch to Francona. It's a 3-11 right-handed ground ball to second. Hunt has it, and as he throws him out at first, Flood moves to third base. That's going to bring the infield in for New York as Tim McCarver comes to bat. Hamilton's pitch to McCarver. 1-6 right-handed. Grounder to first base B. Kranepool throws home, and they've got Flood hung up. Flood is out. McCarver to first. That's a huge play for the Mets. Now it's McCarver held at 17, and he's going to roll for the lead. One of the few catchers that can steal. 4 through 6, out on a 12. 6, there's the lead. 1 to 17, there goes McCarver. Stevenson's throw, stolen base McCarver. Holy cow, they're running wild on Hamilton. For McCarver, his 4th stolen base of the season. That puts him in scoring position with 2 down for Mike Shannon. And here's the next pitch to Shannon. 1-9, struck him out. Huge strikeout there for Hamilton. McCarver left in scoring position. And as we go to stretch, we got a scoreless pitcher's duel. Oh, wow, now there's an inside pitch advanced. Well, let's check on the sleeping Mook, shall we? Yep, he's in the predictable spot. Sure enough. The Mookie. Mook, 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 mook. Mook, 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 mook. His eyes are open for a minute, for a second. There he is. What's up, Mookie? Say hello. Yeah, maybe 10%. He wants a Schaefer. He's like, here we go again. That's all we're getting. There's the tail. Man, the life of a cat. He's up there in the front row. I'm sure that's where Euchre would be sitting if he was here. All right, what's going on with this thing now? There we go. Line it up a little bit. Oh my goodness. Did my 2-mile walk this morning. I don't know why I'm so damn tired lately. Well, they don't make it anymore. Well, I remember we used to sell quite a bit of it when I worked at the little mom and pop store in Penn Valley, California. I'm a little off of the dice tray. There we go. I've been forcing myself, Cosmo. I'm trying to rally up some energy to make another road trip. I can't remember if I had the Schaefer or not, though. I know we sold a lot of it. Around that time, I was on my Killian's Irish Red kick. Anybody remember that one? Ken Boyer will lead off the bottom of the 7th, 0 for 2. The pitch from Ray Washburn, 5'4", right-handed, flight of center field X. Flood a 1-E-0. Ranging to his left on a 1, still going, leaps, a diving catch by Curt Flood. Oh my goodness. Very few outfielders could have made that play. That's the play of the game. If we had a replay in 66, we'd be watching that for weeks. I never heard of Smithwick's, but you know what Killian's is. That's cool. Do they even make that? Apparently they do. Here's Cranepool, 0 for 2. Washburn in his first endurance inning gets the sign, and here's the pitch on a 1-9 right-handed routine grounder to second. Javier scoops it up, flips it to Francona, and there's 2 away. That'll bring up the catcher, John Stevenson. The pitch is a 3-2 righty, and he hits him. Stevenson hit by the pitch. You got to figure that one just got away from Washburn. No reason to hit Stevenson in a scoreless contest. That'll get Swoboda to the plate here in the 7th. He's grounded to Maxville both times. From the stretch now on a 2-4, grounder back to Washburn, knocks it down, picks it up, and throws it to Francona to retire the side. 7 innings, and we are scoreless. Yeah, I used to drink Rolling Rock. That was in the 90s when I first got on night crew up here at the Safeway in Spokane. Also a good cheap one if you're out at a bar here locally. At least back then it was. Yeah, it's usually in that same price range, or it was again. I haven't been to a bar in forever, but Rolling Rock was in the same price category as Bud Miller Coors. And I preferred it, actually. Julian Javier will start off the 8th inning in a scoreless contest. Hamilton into the windup. 2-8 righty, grounder down to third. Boyer's got it, fires to Cranepool, 1 down. I tell you what, fellas, it's going to be tough to relieve either of these pitchers. It hasn't come up yet, but more so Hamilton than Washburn, I guess. At least the Cardinals have a bullpen. Here's Dal Maxville 0 for 2. Hamilton into the windup. That's going to be a 3-8 comebacker. Hamilton's got it, and he throws him out. And now we've got a tough decision to make. Washburn, a decent hitting pitcher. The correct strategy, of course, would be to hit for him, but I'm going to let him bat. We're going to let these two pitchers duel it out. The pitch is a 5-7, grounder to second base X. Tough chance for Hunt, 328. Here's the play. On a 4, that's going to be a single for Washburn. He says, I don't need no pinch hitter, so Washburn with a single and a walk today. Washburn comes through with a 2-out single, and here's Lou Brock. Hamilton checks the runner, comes to the plate 4-7 left-handed, and he loses in ball 4. And now there will be action in the Mets pen as one more hit or walk will fatigue Hamilton. Right, left, left. God, this is a terrible bullpen. I'm going to get Selma up. He pitched in this game in real life. Pitched in the opener, too. I suppose, in a way, the Mets are fortunate that Washburn is in front of Brock, so he can't steal. Here's Gagliano with 2 down. Hamilton, a deep breath now, steadies the signs and comes to the plate. 1-8 righty. Comebacker, Hamilton. Over to first, that'll do it. I know it's a ground ball B, but that's how I'm going to score it. No runs, a hit, 2 left. Hamilton gets out of the jam, and we're still scoreless. I wonder if we can be scoreless through 9. Wouldn't that be something? Washburn in his second endurance inning will be facing Pursue, Hamilton, and Lewis. Pursue 0 for 2. Washburn into the windup. 6'9" right-handed. That's going to be a triple to 2. Base hit into right. Single Eddie Pursue. Hamilton to D bunter, and he squares the bunt. A 4D. That's good enough to advance the runner. So Hamilton does his job. Pursue in scoring position with 1 away, and the top of the lineup coming up. That's my fear as well, Larry. Don't worry, though. As soon as the Mets bullpen gets into the game, that will be extremely unlikely. Lewis has 2 of the 3 Met hits in this one, a double and a triple. Washburn checks the runner. Pitch to Lewis on a 6-3. It's a fly ball to right field X. Tough chance for Mike Shannon, a good outfielder, 2E5. Here's the play on a 1. He can't get it. That's going to roll to the wall. And Pursue will score on the double by Lewis. So Lewis with 3 extra base hits today. And somebody finally scores. And now one more hitter walk will fatigue Washburn. Let's see who's coming up. Right, left, right, left. They're going to get Hal Woodishick up. I know. Woodishick pitched like crap in the opener, but only faced 4 batters. Ron Hunt at the plate. 1 away, runner in scoring position. Washburn with the windup and the pitch. It's a 5-5, swung on and missed, strike 3. Down goes Hunt. And it'll be up to Al Luplo. Holy cow. Luplo 0 for 3. Here's the pitch to Ray Washburn now on a 6-7 lefty. Grounder second base X. That's Javier. 2E15 ranging behind the bag on a 16. He's there. Throws to first, and that'll do it. The Mets get a run on 2 hits and leave one and take a 1-0 lead to the 9th. Let's check their defense now. We are going to have a couple of defensive replacements. First of all, Luplow will come out. Cleon Jones will go in that spot in center field, with Lewis moving to right, where he's a 3. Keep that -3 arm in the game. Jones in center, 3E8 -1, great speed. And Brissou will lead the game in favor of Roy McMillan at shortstop. Boy, I want to thank everybody for watching this. This has been a good one. Can the Mets hang on and sweep the doubleheader? Wait, we got one more move, too. Jerry Grody's going to come in and catch. Grody came in for defense in real life in this game. I don't often change the catchers, but why not? Three, 4, 5 coming up for St. Louis. Mike Terranova. Dodgers 2 runs in the 20th inning. 66 Dodgers, that's this set, versus 2018 Tampa Bay. Snell, Koufax and Snell. Nice, Mike. Hamilton comes out for the 9th. Right, left, left. God, this bullpen is bad. In a way, I'm kind of happy this is Hamilton's last start, at least as far as managing the Mets is concerned. At least they'll have Hamilton to come in late innings. They really have nobody now. So Hamilton, a 6-rated endurance starter, trying to go the distance here today. Curt Flood will start it off. Oh yeah, given the training and equipment, yeah, I agree. Flood 1 for 3. Hamilton into the windup. The pitch to Curt Flood is a 4-6, and he walks him. Boy, that's not what you want to see if you're a Met fan. Leadoff walk to Flood, +3, -1. 17 held at 15. So Grody's arm comes into play here. Flood rolling for the lead, 2 through 6 for 12. 7, he does not get it. And here's the next pitch to Francona. On a 6-6 left-handed, he walks him and he is fatigued. Holy cow. Okay, I got to think this over. Welcoming any input, of course, from the chat. Hamilton's fatigued. Technically, he's still working on a shutout, which is why I hate to take him out. but we almost have to. You've got McCarver due up, 2 righties to follow. And here comes Westrom, and that's going to do it for Jack Hamilton. Who is in the bullpen? Okay. Here's what you got. You got Selma. You got Hepler. You got Arrigo. You've got Sutherland. You definitely don't want Tug McGraw. Barnarth, maybe against the 2 righties, but you don't want him against the lefty. Look at the freaking homers on the left side of the card. Bring in the Wild thing. Yeah, that's what yes, unmitigated, exactly. Is a tired Hamilton still better than what's in the Mets pen? I think their best move here, honestly, is to bring in Hepler to pitch to McCarver and then go to Barnarth. Sutherland's terrible. Arrigo, surprisingly, looking at that card, he's pitched quite well. And Selma's had some big moments too, but none of them are good cards. They're going to go to Hepler to pitch to McCarver. Barnarth getting ready in a hurry. I want to check one thing here. Hepler in the opening game, 2/3 of an inning, gave up 1 hit, no runs. So he's fresh enough, that's for sure. First and second, nobody out. McCarver, a poor bunter. Facing Hepler. Hepler checks the runners. The windup on the pitch to McCarver. 2-7, grounder to second. Hunt goes to pursue for 1. On to Cranepool, double play. And the tying run moves to third base 90 feet away. And now they're going to go to Barnarth with Mike Shannon up. Big pitch there by Hepler. Cardinals down to their last out. Always scary with this Met bullpen. Barnarth getting loose now, warming up. Shannon today, 0 for 3, reached on an error in the 5th. Tying run at third base, 2 down, 1-0 Mets here in the 9th inning. Barnarth ready to go to work. First pitch to Shannon is just outside. Barnarth comes in, Shannon takes strike 1. Barnarth into the windup, the pitch to Shannon, 1-4. Comebacker, Barnarth has it, takes a couple steps to first, and the Mets win it. What a freaking ball game. Oh my goodness. And the Mets sweep the doubleheader from the Cardinals and have now won 4 in a row. Can you believe it? The always scary Met bullpen preserves the lead. 1-0, the final. I'll have the totals in a minute. Barnarth picks up the save. His first of the season. Hamilton with the win improves to 4-5. Hamilton only allowed 3 hits And thanks to Mookie. Thank you, Unmitigated. Thanks, Perry. Thank you, Mike. Hamilton struck out, let's see here, 2, 3. He walked 4 walks. Washburn takes the loss. He's the tough luck loser today. His record falls to 2-6. Washburn only allowed 4 hits, 3 of them to Lewis. He didn't walk a batter, he did hit one. He plunked Stevenson. I don't know why that's funny. 3, 4, 5, 6 strikeouts for Washburn. Yeah, Lewis or Hamilton for sure. Maybe we should just split it between Hamilton and Lewis. Lewis, 3 of the 4 Mets hit, 3 extra base hits. Oh my goodness. Mets 1 hit, 4 runs and an error. The Cardinals no runs, 3 hits and an error. I'm going to go Lewis and Hamilton. Seems like the only thing to do. Perry, Washburn is getting drunk tonight. Washburn 2-6 has pitched well. Yeah, he's got to be thinking, what do you got to do around here? Hell of a game today. I was kind of hoping we'd be scoreless through 9, but whatever. It was a good one. Tomorrow we'll begin another doubleheader. It's going to be the Braves at the Phillies. In the opener, Tony Cloninger will be opposed by Larry Jackson. So that has the promises of being a good one as well. I want to thank everybody again for watching. Please like and subscribe. And oh, shameless plug, I'm only 8 subscribers from the magic 500 mark in the drive to 5. But for now, I'm going to go have some lunch and find something to do with the rest of the day. Take care, everybody. Hopefully see you all tomorrow. Have a great evening, and thanks for being here.